Namaste, yogis. In this third video of our warrior series where we explore Vīrabhadra, the fierce avatar warrior of Shiva, we will be balancing on one leg, pointing in the direction that we're going with our Kali Mudra in Vīrabhadrasana III, and then we are going to open our hearts and twist and coil in the Exalted Warrior. Warrior III and Exalted Warrior can be intense poses, intense teachers bringing really fierce lessons because of the coiling action that happens in the inner thighs, and for Exalted Warrior in the upper back. So join me as we open and expand in all directions in Warrior III and the Exalted Warrior. All right, I'll see you on the mat. Here in hero's position, you can sit with a block between the knees, seated like this, with the block seated underneath you to protect the knees. Otherwise, you'll open up the calves and sit the hips in between the feet. So the knees are touching, feet are slightly open in hero's pose position. This pose flushes the kneecaps, stretches tops of feet, and opens up the legs. So starting here, taking a moment to come into our practice. Start to connect to what touches earth, which would be tops of feet and shins. And maybe you can feel the sit bones either on the ground or on a bolster, a pillow, or a block. And as we feel into what touches earth, let's connect to your Ujjayi, that oceanic, victorious yogic breath. And we create this hushing quality by dragging the breath gently along the back of the nose and the throat. And as we start to create what is known as samavritti, which means equal parts breath, like a metronome, breathing in for 3 and exhaling for 3, or inhaling for 4, exhaling for 4, and so on. Find your samavritti as we come into this practice like a metronome. This equal wave-like movement of Ujjayi through the body. Good. One more breath here. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. Good. We're going to come forward onto hands and knees for our cat-cow position. Fan out the fingers, arch the back and look up. Exhale, dig the fingerprints, pressing round. Inhale, arching. Exhale, pressing. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Good, come center. We're going to open up the knees for a moment and flush out the legs after sitting in hero's pose. Lift your right ankle. We're going to take it across, and with the ankle crease, not the toes, but the actual ankle crease, we start to tap at the back of the knee and go up and down the calf. And you might feel this. I waited tables 20 years, and this is always a huge, wow. Confronting situation of giving yourself a little shiatsu massage. Good, let's switch. So Vīrabhadrasana III and also Exalted Warrior are balancing warriors. It takes a lot of balance to do both. And so we're focusing on the shin and the calf and preparing the feet to bear weight, as well as the hips. Come center, tap out your toes. Bring the knees and feet to touch. We're going to turn the hands out to the sides, grip the floor, shift into the first finger and thumb in the webbing between, lift the chest. Now, as you grab the floor, gently dip the hips side to side. We want to stay out of the pinky side of the wrist, which tends to cause wrist pain and also translates up to shoulder pain. So focus on the webbing between the first finger and thumb and really grip the floor like tiger paws or eagle talons or gecko hands. Swaying the hips, getting into the IT band and the gluteus minimus a little bit, and in Chinese medicine, what is known as the belt channel. Good. Come center. Shake out one hand. We're going to tent the fingers. Shake out the other, curl the toes, and sit the hips back. Now, when you press the fingers, lift the upper back and lift the armpit so we're not just spilling, for my hypermobile people, into the armpit where energy can leak. We push down and round a little bit. Pulling the frontal ribs in activates the core, protects the low back, and the chin pulls in, protecting neck. Take a big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Good. Shift forward. Knees and feet touch. We're going to extend the right leg back, slide it in a little bit, and we're going to press back, 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 warming up the sole of the foot, the toes, the ankle, and the calf and the Achilles. And at the same time, with the chin looking forward, right? We're lifting the chin a little bit, no sagging head, right? Look in front of the mat. As we dig our gecko hands and wrap the elbows back, we're getting into the chakras that are in every fingerprint. We're getting into the muscles in the palm of the hand, creating hasta bandha. And we're flushing out the wrists and also strengthening our forearms to bear weight. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Now lift the back leg. We're going to drop the outer hip so the inner thigh spirals up. So if you look back at the foot points down. Now lift the rib cage. Activate your right hand and send the left arm forward. Draw the navel in. An extended table reaching in 2 different directions to stretch your lumbar for 3, for 2, and 1. Bring everything in. Take the left leg back, slide it in a little bit to give some tension. Grab the floor, look forward, push the earth away with the feet and the hands as we push back, 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 waking everything up in the wrists and the ankle and in the toes. Flutter the lips as you deepen the ujjayi. Notice if teeth are clenched, lips are pursed, or you're shrugging. 3, 2, 1. Now pause here. We're going to lift that back leg. Look at the toes, turn them straight down, pull the ribs in as you press the earth away. Right thumb goes up and we're in extended table. Now reach, 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 creating strength and stability in the back body. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all in. We're going to extend the hands to each corner of the mat, sit the hips back, and then lift and come into your first downward dog. And slowly begin to pedal your feet. Keyword slow. A lot of times I see people running in their downward dog. We're just taking a stroll here. Getting into the feet, slowly getting into the ankles, and we're just feeling into the body. So a lot of times in yoga practice, when we start to speed up, we're either overcompensating or maybe the mind is rushing. Starting to slow down so we can feel into the body, what needs your attention, what needs some breath, what needs just to open, and then settle in. Push the floor down and away as you wrap the elbows down. Feel the spaciousness created in the upper back and neck. Gaze is between the knees. Soft bend in the knee and the ankle. Sway the hips side to side, getting into the side waist and how the side waist connects shoulders and hips. And then come to stillness. Chin tucks in and back, ribs hug in. Give me a big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Good. Shift forward into your plank pose. If you need to lower the knees, do. Hips are nice and high, so no sagging hips. Lift and look forward. Inner thigh spirals up as elbows spiral back. Grip the floor, squeeze the forearms into the midline for 3, for 2, and 1. Lower the knees, look up, lower to the ribs and point the toes. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale to a gentle upward dog or high cobra. Move through a bow, take a pointed toe bow. Claw the hands forward, stretch your lumbar, and then find your downward facing dog. Take a big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Good. Pedal the feet. Walk the feet to the hands, toes spread and touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow and fold in. With a flat back, we rise all the way to stand prayer touch. And exhale, samastiti. Now, as you ground the feet, lifting the quads, activating The soles of the feet, crown of head is rising as the roots go down and in. If you'd like to create an intention around the warrior archetype or whatever that conjures in your mind, take an intention here. We always arrive at our mat different every day. You can even ask yourself, what is my why? Why am I here? And how does my inner warrior assist me in life? Pausing for the intention. Let's take a big inhale through the nose and sigh it out. Good. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, the arms sweep up. Exhale, dive the heart down. We fold down and in. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to your plank. Grab with the gecko hand, shift forward. You can lower all the way to the belly or move through a chaturanga. Yogi's choice. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale. Move through the bow or over the toes. Downward facing dog. Let's step the feet together. The right leg rises. Look at the toes. We're going to point them straight down and drop the outer hip. Bend the standing leg to get deeper into the calf and give me 3 breaths here. Inhale, 1. Exhale. Inhale, 2. No lock knees. Exhale. Keep looking at the foot, turning it a little inward. Inhale, 3. Exhale, bend the top leg, bring it to the nose. Step the foot forward, and we're going to fly the arms back like wings. Take the shoulders off the chest, ground the feet, and shave the right hip back. Let's take a big inhale. Exhale fully. Press down. We rise all the way up into Anjaneyasana, crescent pose position. Now, shave that right hip back. Left hip is more forward and suction cup both feet. From here, we can press that back heel back, hug the ribs in. Give me 2 more breaths here. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. A big inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to twist to the right. So coil from the inner thigh, and we're holding here for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, sweep the back hand down. Both arms come up. And then exhale, bring the hands to the floor and step to the plank. Shift forward, moving through your vinyasa. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Step the feet together. This time the left leg rises. As you look at the toes, bend the standing leg. The top toes turn slightly inward. So there's this coiling action happening at the inner groin. Give me 3 breaths as you flex the heels and press in all directions. Inhale, 1. Ribs draw in. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale, bend the top knee, bring it to the nose as you lift onto the tiptoes of the bottom leg, and then kick the foot forward. Widen the feet so you feel like you're on a pair of skis or train tracks, and then fly hands back like wings. Press through the feet. Lift the shoulders off the chest as you exhale. Inhale, gather the energy. We rise all the way up into crescent pose. Good. The knee is right over the ankle. It is not in front or behind. Now from here, hug your ribs in. Press that heel back and give me 2 more breaths. Inhale, 1. Exhale. And then inhale, 2. Turning from that inner groin, just like we just did in the downward dog. Hug the knee in, and we're in our twist for 3, for 2, and 1. Sweep that back arm down and up on the inhale. And then exhale, hands to the floor, step to the plank. Shift forward and lower. Inhale to an upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Good. Let's bend the knees, gaze forward. Walk, step, or hop it to the top. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, we bow and fold in. With a flat back, we rise all the way to stand prayer touch. And exhale, remembering the intention. Samastitihi, new present moment. Let's press the hands together now that we're getting warm. We're going to shift the weight into the left leg. Right knee comes up, point the toe and hug the knee close to the belly. So we're getting a little abdominal work here. Press the base of the prayer and feel your outer hip hug in to the midline. Holding here, working balance with a soft bend in the standing leg for 3, for 2, and 1. As you press the base of the prayer, extend all the way back into your first warrior 3. Now we're coiling again at that inner thigh, dropping the outer hip and holding here in this warrior for 3, for 2, and 1. Reach way back. Find your crescent pose position and inhale, the arms come all the way up. Exhale fully. Take a big inhale and then exhale, twist to the left. Now really hug this knee into the midline. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, the back arm sweeps up. And then exhale, hands to the floor, step to the plank. Shift forward, lower. Inhale to an upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Good. Bend the knees, gaze forward. Walk, step, or hop it to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we bow and fold in. With a flat back, rise all the way to stand prayer touch. And exhale, remembering your intention, Samastitihi. Let's spread the right toes. Start to bear weight in the right leg. We're going to bring the left knee up and we're curling the frontal hip bones toward this low rib. This activates the core and strengthens the hip flexor. Now hug this outer right thigh inward. Feel that drive the big toe down and press the base of the prayer to release in the collar for 3, for 2, and 1. Start to bend the standing leg. We're going to shift forward. Press that prayer. Start to flex the back foot. Drop the outer hip in. Just like an extended table, reach the crown of the head away from the heel for 3, for 2, and 1. Reach for that back corner and find it. Train track position with the feet. And then inhale, sweep the arms up. Crescent pose position. Take a big inhale here and an audible exhale. Good, big inhale. Exhale, twist to the right, open the body, hug that right knee in. Stack head over heart, heart over pelvis. 3, 2, 1. Sweep the back arm up, inhaling, and then exhale. Hands to the ground, step to the plank, shift forward. Lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Take a big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Good. Bend the knees, gaze forward. Walk, step, or hop it to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow and fold in. Sit the hips back. Sweep the arms up. Victorious Utkatasana. And then inhale, press to stand and prayer to heart center. Pause and feel your heartbeat, remembering your intention. Ground the feet. Exhale fully. Let's come into warrior 3 in a different way. Inhale, Utkatasana, victorious pose. Exhale, dive it down and fold in. Inhale, halfway lift and pause. Exhale fully. From here, shift the weight into the left foot. Bend that left knee a little and take the right foot up and drop the outer hip. So you'll notice all these L positions that we're taking with the legs here for warrior 3. Now, see if you can ground this standing leg, bring the prayer to the heart. Much more challenging this way, but it's fun to play. You can lower the hands like this at any time, holding. Feeling this teacher, this asana, this warrior. 3, 2, 1. Reach back, find that crescent pose position with the feet. Arms fly back, and inhale, we rise up. Take a big inhale here, and then exhale, twist open to the left. Coming into our first exalted warrior, we're going to touch the back thigh with the hand. Flip the front palm, and as we bend the front knee, we reach up and back. So this is like a twisting back bend warrior in and of itself, balancing in crescent pose feet for 3. Lifting the heart. Maybe you look this way. 2, and 1. Cartwheel the hands to the floor and step to the plank. Inhaling forward, exhale lower. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Good. Bend the knees, gaze forward. Walk, step, or hop it to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow and fold in. With a flat back, we rise all the way up. Prayer to the heart, Samastitihi. Other side, inhale, arms sweep up. Hello, tree. Exhale, we dive it all the way down and in. Inhale, slide the hands underneath the shoulders, Ardha Uttanasana. Now from here, shift the weight into the right leg. Little soft bend in that knee. And then left leg rises and we flex the outer hip down, flexing the heel of the back foot. Activate this arch, start to draw the ribs in. And then woohoo, we lift the prayer to the heart. Holding in this warrior. How does the expression of warrior 3 move through your body? 3, 2, and 1. Reach back, find your crescent pose position. You can widen the feet. Fly the arms back, and then inhale, rising all the way up. Take that big inhale, and then exhale, twist to the right. Now we're going to turn the right hand down, reach for the thigh, flip the front palm, and as we bend from the hip crease into our exalted warrior, you can look toward the back foot or turn the head under the armpit, looking upward. Feeling this twisting, back bend, balance position of this warrior for 3, exalted, 2, and 1. Cartwheel the hands to the floor, plank pose. Shift forward and lower. Inhale, upward dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big inhale through the nose, and an audible exhale. We're going to come into warrior 3 one more time from a different position. And then we'll come to close. Step the feet together. Right leg rises. Look at the toes. Again, drop the outer thigh. So you're feeling all this coiling action happening in the inner groin to neutralize the hips. Take a big inhale. Exhale, bend that knee. Bring it to the nose. Round the back to give yourself space to kick the foot forward. Widen the feet. Fly the hands back. Exhale fully. Press through the feet and rise up, crescent pose position. Now from here, we're going to try to come into warrior 3, extending the arms forward this time into the traditional position. If you'd like to take the Kali Mudra that we explored in warrior 1, you can interlace the fingers, point the index finger, and cross the thumbs. Pull the navel in. We're going to shift forward, hop the back foot in, and as you squeeze the mudra, see if you can fly from there into traditional Vīrabhadrasana 3 for 3. Feeling it. 2 and 1. Bend the standing leg. Find crescent pose position. Bring the mudra up. Release the mudra. Bend the elbows. Open. Touch the back thigh. Exalted warrior. Holding. Open that heart. 3, 2, and 1. Cartwheel the hands to the floor. Plank pose. Shift forward, lower. Inhale to an upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. All right, last one. Step the feet together. Left foot rises. Drop that outer hip. This is the coiling action we are looking for in both warrior 3 and exalted warrior. Take a big inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, bring it to the nose. Step the foot forward, find your train tracks. Fly the hands back like wings. Inhale, rise to the crescent pose position. Find the mudra and bring it to the heart. Good, so make sure that's all in place. Anchor the feet. Take the mudra up. Really squeeze the mudra now. Shift forward, activating core. Hop the back foot in a little. As you squeeze the elbows toward one another, start to shift, dropping the outer hip. Feel that coiling action. Reaching in 2 different directions. This warrior is an intense one. Holding 3, holding 2, holding 1. Reach back, find crescent pose feet. Rising, release the mudra, open. Back hand down, front palm up. Reach and open the heart. Holding here, exalted. 3, 2, and 1. Cartwheel the hands to the floor, plank pose. Shift forward, lower. Inhale, gentle upward dog. And then sit the hips back. Take the hands with you, palms face up. Forehead touches floor. Rest. Slow the ujjayi to slow the nervous system. Find your focal point between the legs. Soften your eyes. Soften the jaw. You can hum. Good. Give me one more breath here. This time open. And we're going to rise all the way up. Back into the hero's position. Notice how the legs feel. Prayer at heart center. All right. Let's come and sit. You can have blocks on either sides of the legs. So with all that internal, neutral, and internal rotation, we're going to do Baddha Konasana. Let's interlace the hands around the feet. Press the feet into the hands. You can stretch the collarbones for a minute and just flutter the legs. Good. Like little butterfly wings. And I'm pushing my feet down as I kind of pull my hands upward and resist. Chin tucks in, and this just feels so amazing across the collarbones. I find a lot of times doing the warrior positions, when we're not fully grounded in the feet or in the core, we can really take it in the low back and here in the clavicle and collarbone area. Low back and neck, total culprits for tension in jaw, forehead, and so on. So really learning how to use the floor, the earth, learning how to rise out of these positions, and always being tactile, right? And using your body to create space, your presence, and your breath. Good. Now holding here, press the knees down. We're going to take a big inhale and then exhale. As you shift forward, elbows, depending on your bone structure, I have very long arms and a short waist. You can take the elbows to the insides and find a position to put on the legs. Maybe you have a long waist and short arms, right? Whatever feels good. I like my elbows on my shin bone. Elbows go wide. You're looking at the ground. You're going to take a big inhale and exhale. Belly draws back and we fold in. And you can always have blocks under the knees. You can wrap a blanket around your ankles, or you can lift your sit bones. Soften the jaw. And breathe nice and deep here down the low back. And send the breath down into your hip sockets. Looking toward Mula Bandha. One more breath. Big inhale. And a big exhale. Good. Slowly coming up. Bring the knees to touch. I'll turn this way. We're just going to lean back, extend the legs, tap everything out. Releasing tension in the backs of the legs. Toes touch. We're going to take the outsides of the fists and just tap down. So this is more Qigong exercise, but I like to add it in when I've done balancing work like this. So palms face up, tapping outer hips. This is where we were hugging into the midline. This is our balance muscle. We're going to tap down, a little on top, on the sides, go below the knee, This is where, right below the knee, is where the muscle where we flex the ankle, the 3-mile muscle. In the military, Chinese military, they would take sticks and rub this muscle and they could get a few more miles out of their men. So getting in here, going all the way to the ankle, and then open up the feet, tapping the inside and let it slap and get a good tingle. Go all the way up, all the way down, come center, and then brush it all off. Good, and pause and feel, sit tall. That tingly, energetic quality, your light, your effervescence, your prana, your medicine. Good. Sit tall in Sukhasana, easy seat. Yogi's choice. Palms can be down, palms can be up, finger and thumb touching, or maybe you want to take the Kali Mudra at heart center. It's like holding a sword, like the hilt of a sword, right? Very powerful mudra, the remover of obstacles. Be careful what you wish for. Good. Let's all take the mudra. This actually feels very powerful. So cross the thumbs, point the index finger as you interlace all the others. Close the eyes and imagine you're holding a sword. And allow the intention you created around the warrior archetype to step forward. As a warrior, when you're leading, sometimes there might not be a blueprint. Imagine having a sword and you're at the jungle and they said, make a path. And there's no one to follow. You're at the front of the line, making the path as the leader, right? And sometimes doing things like that can be intense and calls for courage. One of the key words for archetype of Aries in astrology, the warrior. And the symbol of warrior itself, courageous. Protector of the realm, the guardian of the gate, the initiator, the leader. Good. Exhale all the air out of the body, honoring your inner warrior and the sword you carry to lead the way. Prayer to the third eye, mudra rising, gazing upward. And exhale, mudra to heart, bowing inward. Om Shanti, yogis. Thank you so much. I hope that this series excited you, and I look forward to bringing you the primal movement warriors next time. Om Shanti, everyone.